Berry.
Well, let's go.
Watch MeTV on broadcast channels 35.2 and 42.2 and Spectrum 182. Mental health services are available at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics.
Demand has jumped. Now at 6, the inquiries Planned Parenthood is receiving after that leaked Supreme Court draft document on Roe versus Wade. Plus, she's back on terra firma. A Richland native and astronaut has wrapped up her half-year adventure in space.
And spotty showers with some sunshine, some thunder and lightning. I'll get you prepared for Mother's Day weekend.
Now, Cap KVUE local news at 6.
We begin with new information about the body found inside a home earlier this week on South Buchanan Street in Kennewick. Police say Tuesday afternoon, a housekeeper found 76-year-old Clayton Wick's body in his home. Investigators say he had been violently beaten and may have been dead several days before the housekeeper found his body. Investigators say his car was missing, and a 44-year-old Hermiston man was suspected of both killing Wick and taking his car. Investigators tracked down that suspect, Christopher Calvert, in a small town outside of Vancouver, Washington.
They located him still driving the victim's vehicle. He had switched plates off of it, but it was the same vehicle. And when they went to stop him, a pursuit ensued, and they pursued the suspect, Mr. Calvert, through Stevenson out into a rural part of Skamania County. The pursuit lasted 4 or 5 minutes, and one of the law enforcement vehicles was able to force Mr. Calvert into a ditch where he became stuck.
Well, Calvert is now in the Benton County Jail. Kennewick police say it appears he had met the victim before, but they're still not sure what his motive might have been. Investigators are planning to spend weeks, if not months, processing all of the evidence in this case. And they're asking anybody who talked to Calvert this week or who might have information about the case to give them a call. It's already a busy Friday night. I'm Alyssa Warner.
I'm Jason Valentine. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, since the Supreme Court draft opinion leak, more people, are reaching out to abortion care clinics interested in learning more about the abortion pill and trying to understand what is and isn't allowed. New at 6, Eleni Dow explains what Planned Parenthood is experiencing.
Since the Supreme Court draft opinion leak, things are getting busier at Planned Parenthood.
We've received a lot of calls to our health centers for not just emergency contraception, but all services, a lot of patients just wanting to know what is going on, what is happening with this news about the leak from the Supreme Court, if they can receive care and what that care looks like.
People can still access abortion care, and Washington state leaders want to keep access easy. Those in need of a morning after pill can get it through a vending machine like this. But the abortion pill that can be used up to 11 weeks after a woman's last period, that has to be prescribed. That pill can be mailed, a concern for some people who are against abortions. The executive director of Human Life of Washington, in a statement, says she is concerned for women who are not given full disclosure of all the risks and complications of abortion, especially with a chemical that enters their body with very little, if any, medical oversight. She says she's concerned for women's whole health. Planned Parenthood says doctors do talk with patients before and after taking an abortion pill, and the demand for them has increased over the years. The Guttmacher Institute, a national reproductive rights think tank, says medication abortions are now more common than surgery, saying 54% of abortions done in 2020 happened with the pill.
Currently this year, about 1 in 4 of all of our abortion patient visits are surgical abortion. So the majority of patients do prefer to use the abortion pill.
And if the Supreme Court decides to leave abortion rights up to the states, Idaho has a law in place to quickly restrict it. Planned Parenthood says it's received many calls from people in North Idaho, but couldn't provide more specific numbers. The Supreme Court should have an official decision in June.
Seattle-based Amazon is doing it. Now Tesla says it will also cover travel costs for employees who have to leave the state in which they live to seek abortion services. Tesla's corporate headquarters is now located in Texas, which recently enacted a very restrictive abortion law that bans the procedure at 6 weeks of pregnancy. The company says it expanded health insurance options to include travel for medical services that are not available in the state in which employees live.
Richland native and astronaut Kayla Barron has returned to Earth. She and her crewmates splashed down into the Gulf of Mexico around midnight. All four emerged from the capsule waving and giving a thumbs up before they were whisked away for health exams. Barron and 2 American astronauts and 1 European Space Agency astronaut returned in that same capsule that flew them to the International Space Station in November.
Well, that is the ever more familiar pitter-patter of rainfall. You're looking at some video shot at midday outside our studio here in Kennewick. Had several days of this wet, showery weather recently, but today, within